Yellow, my name's Dallas, and these are some recently acquired trading cards, playing cards, some stuff I've bought, some stuff you guys have sent me, some new stuff to collect, some new stuff to learn about. So let's dig through these cards together. Maybe we'll learn something today. Stick around. Alright, let's jump right into this. There's no need to lollygag here. There's a lot to look through. Both games and non-gaming collectible cards. There's just too much, and I'm not going to sift through every card, but I just wanted to kind of put some of this recently acquired stuff on camera. These Yu-Gi-Oh cards are all stuff that was sent to me. There's lots of holos. Oh my gosh, I didn't even look through them. So these are actually, okay, these are like collectible God cards. I love God card stuff from Yu-Gi-Oh, so keeping those, probably put them in a frame with my other God cards I have. But there's just a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh stuff here. And this is just stuff that's going to go in my box, and we're going to, at a future date, start building. Look, there's some other fake stuff. We're going to start building some decks and making some random Yu-Gi-Oh videos on this channel. Hannah and I learning to play. But that's not even all. Look, here's just a book of cards. This stuff is cool, and I'm going to have a lot of fun building some decks with it and organizing these. But there's just so much more here, too. Gosh, I didn't even see that card. There's so many rares in here. I'll definitely need to get those out, get them sleeved, get them in a book. But let's just keep moving through some of this stuff to talk about it. I've been putting, you'll see behind me here on the shelf, those binders. Those binders are all full of stuff like this. I don't have as much DC stuff as I do Marvel. But here's some DC Superman collectible cards. And this looks like it might be a whole set. It looks, let me find the numbers. The numbers are on top. 90, 89, yep, counting all the way down. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like we might have a couple different sets here, and I'm happy about that because I have two different tall, super-sized binders full of Marvel stuff. Nothing with DC in it. So these will be a good start for my DC binders. Let's take a look at these. These look pretty. And again, it looks like, where's the number? 99. 98, counting down, baby. That's what I love to see. Some of this stuff, it's cool. Like the Power Ranger stuff in the past, I've had fun opening up booster packs to get the stuff out of there. But, you know, if I get to work a little less hard and find it all together or have it sent all together like this was, I'm happy about that. So that's beautiful. Two different, I'll be able to fill up a whole binder right now with DC stuff. Between the one near complete set that I have and these two Superman sets, that'll be fun. I think that stuff's not quite as complicated to collect as Marvel Fleer stuff is, because the Marvel Fleer stuff gets out there. And this is not in order like the other one. Parts of it is. Maybe I just shuffled it, but there's some more Spider-Man stuff, and that's a set I probably only had 6 cards of this set before getting that, so that'll be fun to put together. But you can tell, you know, this is one of those, I would say, what would you say, like the cheaper set of Marvel cards. Like this is pretty cheap cardboard, simple, flat printing on the back, no holographics. They're still cool, but I think these are way more almost art from the comic books. Whereas a lot of the Fleer stuff is too, but sometimes that Fleer stuff will also be custom, not just pulled off the comic book pages. So that's beautiful. Another, this isn't that obscure, but like I don't see these out in the wild. That Marvel stuff I just showed you, I see that stuff out in the wild all the time. These Star Wars collector cards, never seen them. But I definitely am ready to put a Star Wars binder together and get to it. Who knows what amount of this set is. I just saw a pretty high number, 166. If there's 160 to 200 cards in this set, it's probably not quite enough to be all of them. But it'd be a good start for sure. That's definitely one I'll put in a binder as well. Now, I've got a couple here we can talk about next since we're talking about bindering cards. Here's another two that were sent to me, and these are complete sets of these respective collector cards. And I don't know how I feel about them. I don't know if they're quite important enough to me to binder them, but I do like them. I love Shrek, and I especially love Dexter's Laboratory, right? So, I don't know. I know the collecting the card games back here can get crazy, and it's already looking crazy, but I'm building this whole channel around it. I've built a whole room in my house, essentially, into a new space to do this in. So I have room to expand for this. I've set aside room for it. So I think what's going to happen, these are going to get put away. And if I somehow come across like a Nickelodeon binder, or heaven forbid, some vintage weird Shrek Trapper Keeper that these could go in page sleeves and go into, maybe I'll do that. But for now, I think I might just leave these bricked and wait until another time when they're like calling to me. Be interested to know what you guys think about that, though, because I definitely am trying to be over the top here on the channel with this stuff and collect way more than the normal person. So we kind of have a weird community for this kind of collectible thing to do together, to make videos out of, to have unboxings for. That's what I want to do with this channel. So I'm not completely above going for the weird and above beyond. Speaking of which, this is another good segue here to some of the weird and beyond Beavis and Butthead cards. I've actually had some of you guys in the comments ask if I have any, because a few of you guys who have frequented my channel have a big set of these, and that's cool. This is actually my first time getting my hands on any, and they're pretty lovely. It's so ridiculous. Oh, it's so good. If I ever come across a big stack of these at the thrift store, those are probably important enough to sleeve and put into a binder, I think. But more weird stuff here. I mean, what are these? Burger King Kids Club. You know what? I think I have a very vague memory of these. I don't see any date on it. This feels like it might actually be a little bit too old for me. But I've seen these for sure. They've all got weird birds on them. That's great. And then some American Gladiator cards. Not a lot of interest in that, but still kind of funny. And then Jumanji cards. Another one I've seen you guys bring up in the comments, so that's pretty funny. And so that also kind of combines with these. I've seen these hook cards. I've got a few in my box, but I didn't know they came in these slightly cheaper, like, plastic sleeves. So that's pretty cool. I'm definitely wondering as I go through all this weird stuff if it knocks free any memories for you guys. Definitely let me know if this makes you think of anything, if you see anything here you collect, etc., because I think there's a lot of potential here to invoke a lot more conversation. Now, here's something I didn't even know I had. Power Rangers Zeo collector's card. Didn't even know they went that far. I'm not that surprised, but I've never seen a Power Rangers Zeo collector's card. Now, I'll set this over here with the rest of this Power Ranger stuff we're going to get to. There's a lot of Power Ranger stuff to talk about today. But there's some weird, obscure stuff from that. Another one, I've been accumulating more and more of these. I've probably got 20 so far. These are some Dragon Ball Z, probably just Dragon Ball Z collector's cards. Now, of course, if you guys have been watching the channel, you know I've got a huge chunk of the Dragon Ball Z trading card game out of the way, but I don't have a lot of just these collector's cards, but they are beautiful. I am fond of them, and I appreciate that one of you guys sent these to me sleeved. Those are beautiful. That's definitely important enough for me to put into a binder. I'll probably put them in the binder with my Dragon Ball Z cards, I think, once I get to where I have more of that set. But that was a good one. Now, here's something I really want to talk about. Let me know if you know anything about this game. Redakai and Conquer the Kairu. So, never heard of this, never come across it, don't know if it's a cartoon or what, but there's a lot going on there. So this is a game. This is a straight up game, but what I love about this more than anything is that these cards are hard plastic. You could wash these in the sink. I'm serious. They're that substantial. These are not getting bent up like Pokemon cards. They definitely are a little bit more prone to scratching, per se, than a Pokemon card, but Hannah and I are on a long journey. We have a long journey ahead of us to create our own card game, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I want to print them on plastic. If I ever do this right to the point where we can solicit an actual card manufacturer to make us something plastic, that's the choice I want to make. So that was nice. Just this is actually the first trading card game I've come across that is plastic. It really is. So I've had playing cards, like bicycle playing cards, that were plastic, and so I knew it was possible. But this is the first game I've seen that is plastic. So that's really neat. And it's also really interesting that there are different patterns or different notches on the back of these cards. I know nothing about the mechanics of this game, so I don't know what that means. But I look forward to Googling around on this, hopefully getting my hand on some booster packs and maybe having some further experiences with you guys with that, just to learn more about it. More from that weird pile. Well, not so weird here, but, you know, Bart Simpson writing, I will not add to our national anthem, lol. There's just some stuff here, itchy and scratchy. That's pretty funny. More Gladiator cards. But I just wanted to get through that to show you this. My man Joe from Canada sent me these. And it's like a cookie. It's a cookie, wafer type cookie, and it's supposed to have cards inside of them. And every fiber of my being wants to open this and get these cards out of here. But I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. Like, Hannah and I need to go to some local stores, Asian grocery stores, and see if I can't find more of this. Because if these are the only two of these I'm going to get my hands on, I'm not going to open them. I'm going to leave them on my Gundam shelf because I've got a pretty neat Gundam collection. But I do want to open them. I do want the cards out of them. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna do the responsible thing here and wait. But here's a new thing for the channel. I don't think I know there are other collector card series and stuff that are out there that certainly, absolutely had cards in candy bars and bubble gum and that kind of thing. Like, this is not a thing that I'm unfamiliar with. But we haven't brought home anything like that from the channel. So I definitely have a field trip this week, Hannah and I, to go to some Asian grocery stores and look for this, because I would buy 100 of these to pull cards out of. Believe me, I would, because I'm into that. Cookies left over to eat. All right, let's keep going through this pile. We've talked about some of this nonsense. Here's another one that's pretty in line with the cookies. This is not at all. I've got a book that these go in. There's a Spider-Man card, surprise. You collect all these stickers, and then if you want to, there's a book you can place the stickers in when you have the whole collection. That doesn't appeal to me. Having them all does, but putting them in a book doesn't. I have the book. It's going to stay in my collection, but I don't know if I'll put these in some sort of thicker card sleeves or something. Like, I'll get the stickers out of them, or what I'm going to do. Honestly, I don't even know what the stickers look like in here. We should, responsibly, I should probably open one just to see, but I'm not going to do that right now. We'll save that for a future video. If I ever get my hand on another big stack of these and I have enough that, like, I can keep some and open some, we'll do that, but I don't feel brave enough to open them yet. But that was cool. Star Wars cards out of the way. Now, that leaves two things. There's some more of those stickers. You know what? This is cool. I'm not as attached to these as I am the Power Ranger. I'm a huge Power Ranger collector. I don't really collect Ninja Turtle stuff, so I think there's some more. Yeah, let's just open. Well, I don't guess we have to open one, because here's what they look like. This is interesting. I'm learning a lot here. Now that I see these, I think I have some Disney stickers that are just like this, quite similar. So they must have come out of packs like that. And I had assumed when I saw those little stickers in this format, they had come inside of card packs. Like, I wouldn't have been surprised if you got a pack of cards and that sticker was in the back. So, okay, we learned something there. That's probably exactly what the Power Ranger stickers look like. Now we know. That's pretty cool, though. But I got a whole bag of the Ninja Turtle ones. And, I don't know. There's probably, once again, a book that goes along with these Ninja Turtle stickers. I wouldn't mind, because I'm not so diehard about collecting Ninja Turtle stuff as I am Power Rangers. If I acquire that book, maybe we'll open those and try to put them in the book. But that's cool. And I hope you can see how that's in the realm of what it is we're doing. One of my other more recently acquired card sets are these Star Trek cards. I got these at the thrift store. And I said this on our live stream the other day, so some of you are probably going to remember this. As far as quality of cardboard goes, these trading cards are always less quality. Almost always. Not always. The Marvel Fleer stuff is maybe not always the case, but most collector card series are way cheaper made than the gaming series are. And that's kind of common sense, right? Because this is a big seller. The trading card stuff isn't ever anywhere near as big of a seller. So that happens. But once again, if and when Hannah and I get around to creating our trading card game we want to make, I will want to reach out to whoever made these if I can. It's probably a little bit too big of a dream right now, but these are just so well printed. Every card is centered. Like, you open up Pokemon cards, you're lucky if half of them are centered perfectly. Every one of these cards is perfect. Whatever process they did here, all the other card manufacturers need to adopt. These are a perfect thing. So I'd be interested to hear from any of you guys that might collect some of these Star Trek cards. I don't know how big of a set this is, but you've seen my growing collection of Dragon Ball Z and that other stuff. This is definitely one I'll be continuing to buy. I'm not going to go out of my way and buy booster box of this and spend any money, but when I find stuff like this stack right here was all one haul. When I find stuff like that at the thrift, I will be bringing it home for sure. Okay, we have two more stacks to talk about. I saved my favorites for last here. That is all Power Ranger stuff in that stack. And here's a considerably shorter stack. I can't get my hands around all of it because there's so many. A considerably shorter stack of Doctor Who Monster Invasions. This is a game. This is not like... Here's what I thought this was when I saw this. And this is a thing. There are plenty of card games out there that aren't trading cards. This isn't going to make sense to everybody. Let me give you the whole setup. These Power Ranger cards are collectible cards. Sometimes they will be billed as trading cards because you can trade with your friends, but that's all marketing. None of that really means anything. They are collectible. You can trade them with your friends, but it just depends on how they're marketed. So sometimes these are marketed as, most of the time they're marketed as collectible cards. These Power Ranger cards, this stuff that's just artwork. There's no gaming component. It just gets complicated. Sometimes they're marketed as trading, collecting, usually collecting. Now when it comes to trading card games that like you're familiar with, like Pokemon, you know, here is a fossil set Kabutops. Kabuto, I'm sorry. I failed the dojo on that one. Here's a regular old Yu-Gi-Oh card. Now when you see a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, right here on, I just dropped that right on the floor. Big rip. Right here on the front of this bad boy, on the bottom, it says trading card game right there below Yu-Gi-Oh. So that's, again, that's marketing, but it's a trading card game. I don't have a pack here that's going to say it, but some trading card games, I've always called them trading card games, probably because Yu-Gi-Oh was one of my biggest loves, and that's just what's in my head. But some of these games, yeah, here we go. This is probably not the best example in the world, because this is not at all a popular game. This is Marvel Recharge. Look at the bottom right below Recharge, collectible card game. So it's just really terminology and it's marketing from the companies who make them, but they're collector games, and that's no different from a trading game. That doesn't there's no actual differentiation. It's a different in marketing choices of words. So I say all this to say, whenever I got this, I'm leaving something out. There are card games that aren't marketed to be tradable and collectible per se. There's a few card games out there, kind of different levels of it, where you can just go and buy this one pack of cards. It's got 150 cards in it, and that's all that was made for that. And it's just it's almost like a tabletop game or a board game. It's just a board game, but in card form, right? So sometimes when I'm out shopping for this channel and I want to buy some of this stuff, I got to be careful when I pick something up that it's not just a one-off card game that doesn't have expansion packs. Where I draw the line is if there's not expansions and boosters, I'm probably not going to collect it. But there's kind of a step above that one-off game where, like, Cards Against Humanity, right? It's more marketed as a board game, but there are expansions and sometimes booster-like packs, and I kind of don't want to collect those either because they're not this. And that's what I kind of, that exact one I just explained, like Cards of Humanity, I kind of thought this Doctor Who stuff was that. I thought it was like there's a couple big box sets you can get and a couple little expansion add-ons, but by and large not meant to be an ongoing card game. But I was wrong about that. Here's a stack of cards from a couple different sets. And here's a sealed pack that I've never opened because it's the only one I've actually found out in the wild to date. I paid $1 for it at a toy store, and that's pretty cool. Now, I know I made that a little confusing, but I think if you think really hard about it, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's trading cards, there's trading card games, there's games that you collect and trade with your friends, and then there's just collectible cards that us nerds buy at the toy store, and there's no reason to have them because you can't do anything but look at them. And then there's this middle ground stuff that's like a board game but in card game form. That's not what this is, but it's what I thought it was. That was the simple explanation of this. So, but here we go. This is a trading card game of Doctor Who, and I'm so glad this exists, and I'm super thankful that one of you guys sent me a big stack of them to our main channel, and now I get some extra content. There's a foil. Is that a Dalek? No, it's not a Dalek. I mean, there's just so much here, and I know nothing about the mechanics of this game. Billy Piper. No, it's not. It's another blonde lady. I don't know who that is. Christmas Carol. Cool. There's just so much here to be excited about. And I don't know if this card game's still being printed. I don't know if the newest Doctors got their card sets. We will be finding all this out in a future video because Hannah and I are on the road to learning how to play 100 different trading card games, collector card games, whatever terminology you prefer. And Doctor Who will be in the top first 10 probably, just because of my love for it. Now, the last thing I have here to talk about is all this Power Ranger stuff. So I've already learned one thing today. Didn't know there were any Neo collector cards. I don't think I'm going to go after these. Don't think I'm terribly interested. If I find them at the thrift, I'll buy them, but I'm not going to get on Amazon and look for that. So this is pretty cool. I think this might be a lot of the set. I can't tell how this is packaged. I think it might be the whole set, near the whole set, cut in half. Let's see if it's in any sort of order. 36, 35. It is. This is 1. Yes. 1 through 36. Is this... Let's see here. Is this 37? What are these? Are these like the answers? Wow. These have puzzles on the back of them. That's crazy. Did these come in the card packs? I don't know. I've never seen these. It's like the cheat sheet. Okay. That's 36. Yep. 37. All the way up to 72. This is the whole set. No way. That's wild. I can't believe that. So I have that whole set now. Now, let's see if this yellow one. So you can always tell the difference between these different Power Ranger sets by the back. Pink, red. Yeah, so that's pink, yellow front. These are going to have a different color back. And those have a different color back from that. The different color backs are how you know which set you're looking at. Okay, so this does not look to be in an order. But that's okay. I've got a bunch of these. So I'll be putting these into my binder and see if I don't come out with a complete set. But I can't believe I got the complete set of the blue one. It's crazy. This is a bunch of miscellaneous. And there's... I'm familiar with most of this, so I think I have most of that, but we'll definitely check with the binder. Now, this was pretty funny. If you guys watched the first collector card video that I made this really dumb joke about Kimberly. And one of you cheeky people sent me, in very nice condition and card sleeved, I might add. Those are all in sleeves, all the Kimberlys. 2 from the movie and 2 from the show. You guys are nuts. When we shot the video on our main channel where I opened these, I didn't realize it at the time. I sounded like a big dummy. I just rolled right past them. Didn't even think about it. But now that I'm sitting here, these were on top of the rest of them. I'm glad that you guys are listening. That's so awesome. They're in just such great shape, too. And those are hollow. Very happy about that. And here's a whole stack of... Okay, yeah, see how those backs are blue and pink? I have a lot of these, but by no means do I have all of them. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3... No! This is the whole set. Guys, we have most of the Power Ranger cards now. I'll have to make a follow-up video next week just talking about the Power Ranger sets. Complete set, near complete set. I don't know how many more there are. The movie set's not that large. Might as well open this up and look at it real quick. Because I've actually never had my hands on the movie ones. Hold up, there's something else going on here. What? What? Favorite movie, whirl around kick. Favorite move, whirl around kick. So, is this a pop-up? Alright, I don't want to mess this up. Yeah, it's a pop-up. No! Oh my gosh. No. Yes! These are going on my Power Ranger shelf. I swear I had no idea these were in here. They were in that bag. I just thought they were cards. Red Ranger. No way. If they're all here. I think they're all here. Well, it says of 24. Okay, so they're definitely not all here, but I think maybe most of the Power Rangers are. I've got a mess on my hands here. Yellow, red, pink, white. Yes. No way. The Power Rangers are here. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Blue Ranger. White Ranger, yellow, pink, red. No. That's awesome. I didn't even know what I had. Because like I said, there's a bunch of stuff here that you guys have sent me, and I've put it all aside. And then if like that pile of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, there's also a handful of thrifted stuff just sitting on top of it. And then almost all of this is that way. I had a few more Power Ranger cards I found at thrift. And it's all just kind of mixed in. And I figured it'd be great to make a video out of this stuff just because there's going to be a lot of momentum here. you guys are going to come watch a video where I have half of some set of something, and then we're going to be making a live video next week, and you're gonna be like, hey, what about that set? And I'll be like, oh, I finished it. You're going to be like, what? Because it just happened so fast, because I'm doing really well to source all this stuff from the thrift as it is. I'm already bringing home so much, because so much of it shows up at the thrift. Hannah and I thrift every day. But, like, just to make it doubly wild, you guys keep sending me stuff, so, like, we're just going to make a random weekly, every couple weeks, maybe once a month, video where I just kind of throw everything on the table that we picked up recently, and we're going to talk about it together and just talk about how I feel about it. Because some of this I care about collecting, some of it I don't. Some of it I might be convinced to care about collecting. I don't know. It's not just a me thing. It's a this channel thing, and a little bit of it's a community thing. If you guys become super interested in something that I find, I'll make more videos out of it, and I'll let you lead a little bit, because I enjoy this. I enjoy putting this stuff in binders. I enjoy preserving it. I especially enjoy stuff like the Power Rangers, which will be going onto my shelf once they're fully bindered. Especially once I find myself a Power Ranger binders from the 90s to put all those cards in, that'll be awesome. That's definitely one of my big goals, right behind collecting some of this obscure and wild trading card game stuff to make trading card videos out of. Very excited. I'm pumped. I'm glad that I saved this for a video on this channel to dig through, because a lot of it came out of packages on the other channel, and I could have sat there and dug through it on my bigger channel, but I think this is better. I think this is way better, taking this closer look at it with time to breathe, time to talk about it. So before we get out of here, you guys definitely let me know what your favorite thing that I kind of went through here today, what you'd like to see more of, and especially let me know what kind of trading card, playing card game type stuff you're into, and you perhaps maybe want to see more of, because there's so much out there. If this video should teach us anything, there's just so much random stuff that's out there. So I look forward to getting into more of it with you guys. Now, before we get out of here, do me a couple favors. Go join our Discord. There's a link below. You can come chat with us over there. It's like a community forum, and I'd love to see your pictures of anything like this. Do you have a big Doctor Who collection? I don't know. Come show me over on the Discord, because you can't post pictures here on the YouTube comments, right? You got to go over there to do it. So please do that. Also, before we go, check out our merch store. There's a link for that below. Go check out what we're selling. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Come back next time. Make sure those notifications are on. Please hit the sub button. We're rocketing towards 2,000 subs, so if you're watching, you're new, and you haven't hit that sub button, pretty please smash it. And that way your notifications should be on. If not, turn them on. Turn them on. Turn on the notifications so that when I post a video next time, you can come back and hang out with me then. And until then, guys, peace out.